Welcome to the 6th Annual USFL Roast. I'm your roast man host, Ray Jennings, Commissioner of USFL. This is sponsored by Cheetos and Diet Dr. Pepper. Welcome, guys. Roast is just made up at the last minute. So as corny as it may be, just having fun with it. Hope you guys have fun with it too. No hurt feelings should be here. This is all in fun. We're going to start out with our new guys on the block, our new kids on the block. We have Michael Rutt out in Denver, representing the Denver Gold. Michael sent a nice family picture the other day, pre-draft ball game, family enjoyment with Mike. I'll tell you, you're probably going to be sleeping on the couch by the end of the year if you want to win the Pacific Division. But let us know when that happens, and we'll try to console you. You know, we're just a bunch of guys that have trouble with our women anyway. So, no, all kidding aside, Michael, good luck. It's going to be a challenge. Denver has been a fly-by-night franchise from the beginning. No owner stayed there greater than 2 years. Likewise, in Tampa, we have the same thing, a very dramatic franchise in its history, and I don't think that's going to change with Brian Tracy by the looks of the way he's jumped in passionately, traded passionately, made mistakes passionately. But Brian, look, we're glad to have you with us. So Mike and Brian are two new guys. We also have Ricky Carver. Ricky has joined Matthew. This is a two roast in one. I think Matthew is pretty much burnt out, I guess. He just was so glad that Ricky got in there. Ricky sounds like he's ready to go. I spoke to him by phone today. And Ricky, I can't roast you much, but to say, man, I got high expectations for you. You're in the Atlantic with my wife, who I'm not going to roast tonight. We're definitely not going to roast Tina. Only good things can I say about Tina, because she will watch this just to check that out. But Tina's in that division, Atlantic Division. Ricky, that's going to give you a tough time. And Terry Harness is in there. Terry Harness, the darkest guy in the league. Terry Harness. Let me see, how can I roast Terry? Terry, get a life, man. Go out and socialize with somebody, dude. All right, well, hey, if it means him staying in the dark in a cubicle, concentrating on how he's going to beat my wife this year, you go right ahead, Terry. I think if you go out in the world and just ease up a bit, not let her intimidate you too much, you may have a chance to pull a division title off. But that's not to say that Michael Bosley in the Atlantic Division won't do something about all that. You know, I see one thing about Michael Bosley in the time I've gotten to know him. I don't know Mike that well, but Michael, you got to be able to negotiate, man. You are beyond the pale in what you are willing to bend. You have to bend some, man. You have to bend some. Flexibility. Maybe tonight before the draft, get out and touch your toes a few times, Michael. Get ready. Because you are in the Atlantic Division. And John Puhala, John started out with, hey, I am going to win, and I'm super experienced, and I think he's got his feelings hurt, and now he's off Facebook. And gosh, John, all I can say is this year, tell me how you really feel, man. Tell me how you really feel. But all kidding aside, John, good luck. The Atlantic has always been my favorite division, not because my wife is in it, but because of the set of guys in there. And this year, Matthew, Terry Harness, Michael Bosley, John Puhala, and my wife, Tina. Everybody should enjoy watching that division. Okay, time's going to run thin on us here. I'm going to go to James Hayes. James Hayes is at the Memphis Showboats. That's where my office is. I kind of left there. Got tired of seeing James just not win a title for our Showboats. But you got another chance, James. The clock is ticking, man. Phil Wilfong, a great USFL franchise owner, been with the Bulls since the inception. Phil says it every year. He says he's going to win the championship. Well, win it, Phil. Just win it. Quit talking. Tampa Bay Bandits, we've talked about that with Brian in there. Dramatic, always been a very dramatic franchise. I don't think that drama is going to stop with Brian being there at the Tampa Bay Bandits. And Orlando Renegades, Randy Minor. Randy's been down on his luck, but it looks like he's rebounded, and he does have Tom Brady. There's no doubt about that. But Randy, I'm sorry, man. I don't see it. I don't see you pulling anything out. Maybe next year you can roast me. How about that? And going forward out of the South Division, and we move to the Pacific Division, where I've already spoke about Mike Lanzalotti, new guy out there. I'm just going to watch how he does and decide what he says and what he does and decide how to roast him. LA Express, Joey Maynard, man, a few words. You know, Joey concerns me all the time that he really doesn't even want to be in this league. Joey, get on it, man. Joey's done well. He's been with us pretty much since the inception, very early on, not the first season, but Joey has fallen short over and over and over again. Joey, get a grip, man. You got to be in the draft room tonight. You got to make the right decisions, okay? All kidding aside, Joey is an awesome father. He's got a kid that takes a lot of his time, and everyone should befriend Joey Maynard. So, Joey, you got out without much of a roast this year. Then the Portland Breakers, Jason Wise. Jason Wise should be doing more of these videos. Jason, are you going to do more of these videos or what? No, all kidding aside, Jason has won a championship while sitting on the sideline with Matthew out at the New Jersey Generals. I'm not sure who won that championship then, but they're going to join next year again and hold hands and try to repeat out there at Portland. So this is really interesting relationship, and we'll see how that goes. All kidding aside, Jason and Matt, I know you guys have built a bond, and that's what the league is all about. Denver Go, we spoke with Michael Rutt. I hope you're not sleeping on the couch at the end of the year, Michael. That's all I can tell you. It's going to take that to win the Pacific. And then Kevin Perilou of the Arizona Wranglers. Man, he has made the playoffs, almost won the division every year. I love it. He's the man to beat out there, but blows it in the playoffs. Completely blows it in the playoffs. I don't know if there's just a gene problem there, but all kidding aside, Kevin, we're glad you're here. I'm going to come see you one day soon. Kevin's my old mechanic, but, you know, he putters out in the playoffs every single year. Tune it up, Kevin. And finally, in the Central Division, this is not necessarily my favorite division, but this is the division that has made the USFL as interesting as it can possibly be with the personalities there. We do have 20 personalities in this league, and it's tough to deal with. But Mark Nemi, he's been the champ twice. He is ready to go again, locked and loaded, sports columnist. You know, Mark, everybody needs to watch out for Mark. He recruited a rookie that shouldn't have been recruited. Somehow he got him. So everybody, watch out for Mark. He's a tricky guy. The Chicago Blitz, John pays me with redfish. That's all John does. Christine really runs the team. And that's all I can say about John. But he has invited me down to fish with him, and that might be the way he pays his dues this year by turning me on to these redfish. They are so good. I might send you a picture of some cooked up sometime. Houston Gamblers, Paul, I'm almost out of time. Paul, get it together, man. Paul blames it on technology every time. Let's see if he does that again. You got to come up with something else, Paul. And then Jake and Kyle. Wow, what a battle of the heads. Enjoy that this year, the chatter. Who vetoes who? Jake and Kyle. What a great league we have. Enjoy the night, guys. Good luck in the draft. This is The Roast, Season 6. See y'all later.